might give you life advice. Get some money, get some money, get some money, get some money, get some money.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 20.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarrett McKinnon. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They'll send Brown in motion right. This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in Athens. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. They'll send Brown in motion right. Herbert off of play action. And that will be incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The play fake. Here's Wilson. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to air one out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. After the run, now Herbert to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll send Brown in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Ballantyne now from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just...
And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rondale Moore, 30 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Falcons, nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Valentine now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Ready, ready, ready. 8-3, 2-8-3, chopper, chopper. Recon, 132 white.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Toss play to McKinnon. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Brissett's going to keep it on the option. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is going to lose yardage here. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. To throw, Brissett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Again, Wilson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start with the option, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Rondale Moore with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
McPherson is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Valentine now from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Charlie. 64 weeks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
First down, Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Valentine now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jarnell Mooney, 47 yards. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20.
And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They go play action with Brissett. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just 1 more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And now here's another interception.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment,
touchdown, Vikings. A.J. Brown, 46 yards.
And the Vikings take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Set, ready. 80 weapon, 80 weapon. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now it's Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Swift. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he is going to lose yardage here.
A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
Come on, set. 61. Matchbox. Lock.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll take this to the 46.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
66. Fully hard. Delta.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, McKinnon again. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several.
And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Brissett on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll try the option on 3rd down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad, was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Valentine now from the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
The 71 yards on the ground for him so far. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Dobbins. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. They're going for it with Dobbins. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football.